Hi Cancer, welcome to Taurus season. I'm Ruby, thank you for joining me. And I had a thought just as I was meditating on your energy, Cancer, and it was something along the lines of, let's see if the cards will say it instead of me. Cancer. So what I was going to say was that it felt as if you were almost putting off the fact that the possibility of you really falling in love quite hard is on the table at the moment. And there you are with your Nine of Swords, worrying, panicking, and kind of trying to overly control a situation that needs you to fall a little bit free at the moment. And I don't know why this energy is there, Cancer, because the Magician card could be Gemini, could be Virgo. If you're clinging on to old relationships, Cancer, let it go. Wheel of Fortune. The North Node's come out of your sign, and it might have felt a little bit like a relief. Like a real heavy energy of responsibility is being pulled off of you, which is always nice. You get a chance to now enjoy this phase, this last phase where you've had to really create or build your relationships as a mother, with your mother, your home, moving out of that energy now into this Gemini energy. I have here the Empress card, where the possibility of really falling in love again is really likely. The possibility of pregnancy is really likely. What you're creating is magic out of your grief. It's out of the heartaches that you would have learnt, because the Wheel of Fortune is here and it's kind of pushing you forward in a direction of emotional strength. This is the control you wish to assert over your emotions, ones that you know might have been severed without explanation, without closure. The way that card just fell out of my hand. It's energy that's ready to be let go of, Cancer. And if you are to just really use this Venus retrograde phase, Venus retrograde and Gemini phase, to push forward and accept that, you know, with every new dawn comes the new possibility of creating a new you. And what you're really being asked to do in this time, Pisces, sorry, not even Pisces, Cancer, is to fall back on your laurels. Yes, fall back on your laurels a little bit, because the minute you stop loving yourself, the minute you decided to put the power outside of yourself, is the minute you put your control outside of your hands. And May wants to ask you, with this Taurian energy, this energy of the Empress, is that with self-love, with the devotion that you pour into yourself, with the love that you give yourself right now, Pisces, you have the... Pisces, okay, why do I keep saying Pisces? Cancer, who is this Pisces? With the love that you decide to devote yourself, you unblock a lot of things that may have been stagnating for a while. You get that motivation back. You get the emphasis of how important it is for you to really start with yourself, Cancer. Cancer, your stone is ruby. And I want to say to you, put it on right now, because this Venus retrograde is not going to be easy. It's really not. It's going to pull out these swords, though. It is going to be a time of really being quite honest with how we might be holding ourselves back in regards to love, how we might be holding ourselves back, how we might have let previous things, stigmas, hurts, relationships that were not good for us, put us in a bit of a bubble and accept less than what we deserve. And maybe put your life on a bit of a temporary hold where it can't be about that anymore. The emphasis needs to be coming back to yourself. Cancer, look. Ace of Cups. 4 of Wands. The 10 of Pentacles. I was saying to you at the beginning of this year, and I'll say it to you again, this year is a very blessed year for you, Cancer. It's about taking matters into your own hands and using the initiative to pour into your own heart. This Ace of Cups, your vessel, what may not have worked before cannot remain as a noose over your, around your neck forever. The burials that need to happen, the heart that needs to be full again, the emotional contentment that's going to come from pouring into yourself, from creating from a place of authentic, genuine happiness. You unblock yourself. The possibilities of partnerships, the possibility of coming into creative projects, the possibility of creating fortune from a place of grievance. This month is brilliant for you, Cancer. I think maybe with these Nine of Swords here, maybe it is time that you spent a little bit of time with your dark side though. Because if you're being asked to show up as your best self, your best mothering self, your best intuitive self, to unblock you from partnerships and alliances, financial abundance, creativity, emotional bliss, is maybe you do need to take a little bit of time to deal with this baggage. And the only way that you're really going to do it is by yourself. There's a lot of solo energy here. That Ace of Cups is one cup. Can very likely be love. But I just think, Cancer, you've got to take this time. You've got to look at the dark within yourself. You've got to make the effort to pour into your cup, but you're not really going to keep much in your cup if it's full of holes from all these swords. And there is some sort of emotional healing that does need to take place for you, Cancer. You unblock yourself by putting the past in the past, leaving it in the past. You'll unblock yourself by letting bygones be bygones. You'll unblock yourself by filling in... Stop it. Two of Cups, Cancer. The Star card, Cancer. Judgment, Cancer. It's decision time. The past or the future. You've got to have a minute with yourself, Cancer, and you've got to be quite honest. Holding on to things that haven't been serving you for a while. Covering it up maybe with a bit of alcohol abuse even. Don't fill up your cup with intoxicants and distractions, because these will still be there. The reason why there's holes in the cup, the reason why the cup hasn't been able to fill is really because of these swords. And it's decision time. And this is one of those kind of decisions that is a once and for all kind of decision. There's no going back from this. This is, you do this and you do it responsibly and you do it once and for all, and then you set foot in a new direction. You create the future that you deserve. Those Aquarian energy here also. Those hopes. Those wishes. They can't be in vain. Oh, what's that? They can't be in vain. The possibility of union. And it may differ a little bit from what you would have expected, but it has the potential of really coming with a lot of longevity. Just be honest, Cancer. Be honest with yourself, Cancer. You can't live in the past now. The future's very beautiful. Dreams want to come true for you. You got to unblock yourself though, and you've got to let situation change. You've got to let things move forward. You've got to be really honest with your own abilities and how much of them you're blocking yourself. Practice some spirituality this month, okay? Practice some self-love. Practice taking time out to just hang out in the dark and cry it all out. Scorpio full moon energy. It wants to be felt. All of it needs to be felt. And you've got to feel it on a soul level. It's got to be felt so much so that it stirs you enough to make a change and go in the direction of things that have been waiting for you for a really long time. The chances, the happiness that you're not giving, you're not even looking at it, you're not giving it a fair chance is because you've not healed your wounds. There's still holes in that cup. And it's decision time. It's the past or it's the future. Because either way, the present seems to be stuck in a limbo that you seem to be blocking. And once you decide and once you make strides towards pouring out the excess, letting out the emotions that you just can't hold within yourself anymore, and you decide to change what's in front of you, because it's been a while, and the neglect, the self-neglect, it's not been serving you, because it's transformed into something that's quite destructive. Forgiveness, I think, maybe practicing some forgiveness, letting bygones be bygones and moving forward. You're going to have to move forward. But this time you're going to have to do it with the right attitude. And once you decide that that's it, you start creating from a place of emotional strength. Those dreams that you thought would always just be dreams. I don't think they are just dreams, Cancer. Just you got to unblock yourself, get out of your own way. Really get out of your own way. Unions, partnerships, longevity, commitment, devotion. It's all hanging on a decision. A once and for all kind of decision. A powerful decision that only you can make. Because once you decide to commit to it, once you decide that this new you is asking for a lot of love from you, a lot of self-love from you, you find yourself really nicely whole, Cancer. Self-love is the one. Fulfillment is the one. Creation is the one. Money's good, work's good, everything's good. Amongst all of this, this is the kind of, what is it? The fly in the ink? What's that saying? This card just flew out of my hand. It's crazy. It wants to be let go of. You want to let it go. And you've got to do that self-healing. Because there's a lot of abundance. There's a lot of good here waiting for you. Like I said, wear your rubies. If you haven't got ruby, wear garnet. Keep it on you. Solid. If you enjoy this reading, give it a thumbs up. I am Ruby. To book a reading, visit rubyreadstarot.com. If you guys would like to donate to the channel, which is greatly appreciated, you can do so in the details in the description box. I love you guys so much. Take it easy and I shall see you soon.